Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Fellas podcast here on the channel. We're back after 2 years with a UFC podcast. I can't believe it's been 2 years since Holloway and Arnold Allen have fought in Kansas City, but here we are, me and Zach, just doing a UFC podcast, no one else. So, let's hop right into it. The first fight on the prelims we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about the prelims, along with the early prelims, of course, and the main event. And if you want to skip to a specific fight, it'll be right down there in the chapters of the video. I will make sure to put them in for you. And with that being said, let's get right into the episode. So, Zach, what is the first fight you want to talk about?
So UFC 313, it's a very big card, I feel, but we're going to start off with DeJordan Shakur Santos versus Ozzy Diaz. Obviously, DeJordan Santos is coming off a 5-fight win streak, obviously a non-UFC fighter, but he's been destroying in other companies, doing very well. Ozzy Diaz actually just came off a very vicious loss to Zhang Mingyang, a very vicious KO. So I want to see how DeJordan Santos does in his first fight in the UFC. I guess I wouldn't say a gatekeeper, but a dude that is very tough, but you don't see him going too far in the rankings. So I expect a very good win from DeJordan Santos. Maybe he can have a knockout. He's had 3 KOs in his /TKOs in his career, 4 submissions. So, it could be either way, ground, standing. He could do it all, personally. But I got DeJordan Santos. I want to either see a second round knockout or it's going to go to decision, in my opinion.
There's no odds on this fight either. We will be presenting fight odds as well. And Jordan Santos is only 1-0, like Zach said. And it is his debut UFC fight. And he is fighting Ozzy Diaz. And usually the people that are like hyped up a little bit more sometimes win their debut. I don't really know much about either of them. But it's kind of sad because, I'm doing the UFC podcast. But when we do the main card, I promise, even prelims, I promise I'll be better. But I got to go with Jordan Santos here. He's also Brazilian, so, those Brazilians are crazy. As you see Alex Pereira later on the card, we'll be talking about him as well. He does have, however, a 3.5-inch disadvantage, so that could be a little bit of an issue if he doesn't manage the reach very well, but I still am going to pick Jordan Santos in this one by TKO in the third round with 40 seconds left.
So now we move to the featherweight division. We got Chris El Guapo Huertas versus John Sexy Mexi Castaneda. Sorry if I'm botching that. My bad. I feel this could be a very banger fight. Obviously, Chris Huertas, 21-6-2 on a 1-fight win streak, 9 KOs, 1 submission. One of his recent losses was actually a 5-round decision loss to Song Yadong, who we did just see have a very good performance against Henry Cejudo. The whole eye poke situation, but I think Song was controlling that fight. So, but like I said, Chris Huertas, very tough competition. I think he feels like he's been hated in this company. He's not getting the respect he deserves. So I could see him coming out with a nice banger of a fight. But John Sexy Mexi Castaneda, he's very good as well, 21-7. He is on a 1-fight losing streak, but he's very even with KO submissions. I think he has 8 KOs, 6 submissions. So I feel this could be personally a big stand-up fight, but I think if it goes to the ground, I think Sexy Mexi has a good chance of submitting him. Something nice. I don't recall what his submissions are, but I feel, his jiu-jitsu might be better, but I think this could be a really good standing banger fight. Really good card, personally. I think there's a lot of banger fights, but I think this is going to be an underrated, really good fight. But personally, I have Chris Huertas winning. I think this is going to go to decision, but it's still going to be a really good fight. A lot of good punches. Still going to be a close fight. And personally, I think it's going to be 2 rounds to 1. I don't see this going 3 rounds to one side. I don't see like a dominating performance, but I see a really good fight.
And just for everyone else that's watching this video right now, for your information about Zach's decision, their KO and TKO percentages for Gutierrez is 43, and Sexy Mexi has a 38%. But their average fight times are both over 10 minutes. So With that being said, I also agree with you, Zach, that it's going to go decision. And if it is going to be a finish, if it's a KO, I'm going to go with Gutierrez. But if it's a submission, I am going to go with Sexy Mexi. He submits 29% of his fighters compared to his 38 knockout percentage, and Gutierrez only has a 5% sub percentage. And the odds for this fight, just in case you want to bet money and win something, plus 105 for Gutierrez and minus 125 for John Sexy Mexi Castaneda. So, with that being said, I agree with Zach. I think it's going to decision. But who'd you say you were going to win again?
I had Chris Huertas winning.
Okay.
Yeah, by decision. I think it's a fight. Although Chris Huertas' knees are very dangerous, he can, especially with those things up in the air very high and very powerful. Just bone hitting the skull, man. That'll knock your ass out.
Unless you're Cheeto Vera and Sean O'Malley.
Unless you're Cheeto Vera, man. I don't know what that. Do you see that video of him
Dude, with the shotgun? That shit was so funny.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god. Yeah, because the guy was walking in, he was like, and
it's funny because he was talking about it on a podcast the other week about if someone pulled up with a knife and he was just strapped.
Yeah.
And I think it's just like weird how the universe works like that.
Yeah, so, don't mess with him. Yeah.
With that being said, I'm probably gonna go. They're both U.S. guys. I was gonna go with the U.S. guy because I thought he was Mexican.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Gutierrez. He seems to have more power, and like Zach was saying, I do think it's also gonna be a stand and bang. So if they are gonna stand and bang, I do have to give the edge to Gutierrez in decision and barely, if possible, a knockout in the later rounds or a flash KO in the first. Either one.
Next fight is another featherweight banger. Personally, Marion, the legend Santos. He was the Ultimate Fighter season 32 winner. I think on the Embedded show, you just saw him go back into the house, talk to all the guys in the next season with Dana Cormier and Chael Sonnen. So he was doing that, but he is going to be fighting Francis Fire Marshall, a tough guy, 8-2, 1 TKO, 4 submissions. He's on a 1-fight win streak. Personally, I don't see Francis Marshall really doing that much to Santos. I think Santos is fast. 8 KOs. He's on a 3-fight win streak. I think he's just going to be too quick for him. I could see a first-round knockout or maybe a second-round stoppage. I don't see this going the full distance, in my opinion. If it does, I still think Santos is going to win it, but I think it would be a very, very impressive if Francis Marshall could make it to decision or even win. If he wins, that's a very big deal. But yeah, Marion Santos, in my opinion.
I gotta agree with you on that one, Zach. Looking at the stats as well, what's his name again? Oh yeah, Marion Santos. You just said it. Marion Santos has a knockout percentage of 53 with a knockdown average of 15 minutes of 2 knockdowns, which means, or 2.31 knockdowns to be specific, which means he gets 2 1/3 almost knockdowns per fight, which is really, really good for him because that's a lot of power. I don't see it going to the ground because I think he's going to stop the takedown attempts if he does attempt them. And like Zach was saying, I think the only way Marshall's going to win is if it goes to decision. If he gets there, there's no odds for this fight either, so don't even bet on them. I guess you can't. So
I think Santos is the favorite in this. I don't exactly.
I'd expect him to be because he's 15-1 compared to Francis Marshall being 8-2. Plus, they both come off of wins, so they each have momentum, and the reach is exactly the same. And the leg reach, Marshall does have an advantage by 2 inches, but whatever, doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I mean, it might,
it's still very even. And being the Ultimate Fighter winner is a very big deal. I mean, the competition might not be the same compared to going to the UFC.
There's a lot more pressure on him, I feel, though, because he's fighting
a lot more
every
pressure.
week.
Yeah, fighting every week. You're in a place with a bunch of other fighters. Like, I think winning the competition is very tough, let alone surviving it. Obviously, because a lot of people can't even make it through the competition.
Some can't even make
the fact
weight.
that he won it. Yeah, people can't make weight. People go in heavy thinking that they could fight this, but they have to make weight like every couple weeks because they're fighting that much. So, But yeah, Marion Santos. Did I say? I said maybe first.
Yeah, you said. I think you said finish, and you said that Marshall would be lucky to win or even get to decision, and I agree. Now we move on to the normal prelims, so the undercard. We got Alex Moreno versus Carlos Thiel. Zach, who do you have winning this fight?
I think this is a very obvious choice here. I think Carlos the Lion Leal, 21-6, 10 KOs slash DKOs, 2 submissions. He is on a 1 fight losing streak, but I think he was a very questionable decision. Uh, Going back, I think everyone was very like, I don't think the other guy won that. I forget what fight that was, but I remember people looking at the scorecards, and I think one judge gave like the other dude like 3 rounds, and they were like, that makes no sense because there's no way he could have won all 3 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Alex the Great Morano, 24-11, six KOs slash TKOs, 7 submissions. He is on a 2 fight skit. I think Carlos the Lion Leal is gonna go in there, and this could be another banger fight. I could see this going to being a KO finish or TKO. Uh, I could see a decision too. Alex Morano he's very even, very good grappling. So hopefully he just doesn't catch him in something, but I doubt it. I got Carlos Leal.
I agree. I think Carlos Leal is going to win, especially because Morano, like you said, is on a 2 fight skid. And if you look at how much significant strikes it's incredible. He lands 7.13 significant strikes per minute, but he absorbs 7.27 per minute. So if Morano does end up catching him with something, whether that be a hook, uppercut, knee, anything, he can be in some big trouble. But I do think he's going to pull out the win. And what do I think he's going to do it by? Do I think he's going to do it by decision, knockout? I'm gonna go with knockout in the second round. I think he's gonna knock him out in the second round.
Okay.
You know, his average fight time, however, is 15 minutes on the dot. But I have a feeling that he's gonna knock him out for some reason.
Okay.
And if I'm wrong, then we won't upload again for 2 years.
Oh shit.
Looks like we're not uploading, guys. I'm gonna be wrong. I promise. Don't place a bet on that.
It's over.
And the odds for this fight are not applicable. Actually, yes, they are. The money line is applicable. Yeah.
Yes.
Just to put
This is a welterweight fight
this
too.
just to put this in some form of perspective, Morano is a plus 600 for underdog, and Leo is a negative 900. So if you're gonna bet, then if Morano wins, then you win a good amount of money.
Talbot though, his opponent was like a plus. It was like something crazy. He was like a plus like.
Peyton Talbot, he was like a plus 1100 or. Yeah, something
it was
like that.
Something like the guy fought, and then he just
sold
wrestled
everybody's parlay, including me.
Yeah, he fucked up my parlay too. All right, let's move on to the next fight. This fight, in my opinion, could be a fight of the night candidate right here. This is a banger fight at middleweight. You got Bruno the Hulk Ferreira versus Arman Superman Petrosian. Obviously. They're both coming off losses. Petrosian's loss was very brutal. That spinning back kick by Sharp Bullet. Yeah, it was like a double spinning back fist. But in that fight,
it was nasty. It was nasty.
But he was winning that fight, in my opinion. I thought he was winning during the fight. I thought he was putting the good pressure on Sharp Bullet, but obviously. You get caught something, it happens. Yeah, he got knocked out, but yeah, he's fighting another very good KO artist, Bruno Ferreira. 12-2, 9 KOs slash TKOs, 3 submissions. He did just lose to, I think he lost to Abus Magomedov, right?
He lost, Abus Magomedov.
Abus Magomedov, yeah. That guy's very tough.
And he beat Ferreira, who's on the card below him.
Yes. So yeah, very
Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
Good fighter.
Ferreira. I'm stupid. I messed that up. That's his name. We'll cut that out. Don't worry. Keep going.
Yeah.
That's my bad, Zach. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Ferreira, very good. Last summer had a very spectacular spinning elbow knockout. So I think Petrosian has to watch out for those spinning tacks. I think he'll be ready. But personally, in this fight, obviously, I don't understand how Bruno Ferreira is the plus 130 underdog in this. I could see this fight going to decision, but I honestly see Bruno Ferreira going for a KO finish here, trying to get a fight of the night, trying to get that 50K. But obviously, I think this could go either way. I don't think this is going to be a one-sided fight. So, but in my opinion, I got Bruno Ferreira by third round KO. Third round KO. He's gonna shock.
That's a
He's
solid
gonna make the
choice.
crowd get loud, make the crowd hype. Definitely a big money pickup right there.
He is a plus 130, like Zach said, and Petrosian currently sits at minus 155.
Had a
Also,
very
if you're doing parlays, and you're watching this video, make sure to copy what Zach's saying because he's a guru on this stuff. I'm just here to moderate.
I watch UFC a lot. Yeah. Speaking of Bruno Ferreira, he did also have that very insane knockout against RoboCop Rodriguez.
Oh,
I think it was a straight right, just flatline KO'd him. He was actually a very big underdog during that fight as well. So I think just him being an underdog might make him more hungry, might make him try to get that finish more, let alone the win,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no disrespect to Arman Petrosian, though. He's a very good fighter. But yeah, Bruno Ferreira, third round knockout, like I said.
Okay. So, if we're looking at it just on paper and stats, Arman Petrosian has an advantage statistically. Not saying this is true. This is just what the stats say.
Yeah.
Right? He lands more strikes per minute by almost double. He has 2% more significant strikes landed on average. He does absorb more damage barely, and their defense is on par. And if we're going by statistics, you would choose, Arman Petrosian, obviously, because he lands more and their defense is the same.
Yeah.
However, I'm not going off statistics. I don't know if you can see that flag. That's what I'm going off of. So I got Arman Petrosian winning because he's Armenian. I know it's biased, but I'm also an Arman Sarukian fan. Sue me. I don't care. Sue me. He beat Charles Oliveira fair and square. I swear to God. Charles was scared to take 5 rounds. That's why it was 3. Just saying. Dude, I'm gonna piss so many people off.
Charles ain't worried about going 5 rounds though. He finishes everyone, but yeah.
Except the bed.
He did beat. Yeah, that's true. But going off those stats you said though, yeah, especially the damage one. I think if Petrosian absorbs more damage, Ferreira isn't really a mobile puncher. He's there to go for the KO. He's there to hit you and knock you out one punch.
And the thing is, this is a very even fight too. The only thing that's different is their height. Everything else is even level. Like the reach, 71 inches to 72. What's his name? Ferreira has the advantage in that, and then leg reach, Petrosian has it by 3 inches. So pressure is probably gonna be equal. The amount of strikes are thrown going to be equal. It's literally just a toss-up. It's whoever you think is going to win. There's nothing that can prove one person's better than the other besides this, significant strikes, and that's about it, really. Yeah. So it's just pick your poison. And if you're betting, then you probably like that 130. But if you're a biased Armenian guy like me, then you probably like that negative 155. So
yeah, they're both very talented fighters. Like this is going to be a good fight. This. I know I'm saying a lot of fight of the nights, but this could also be a fight of the night.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Good card. It's a good card.
Okay, before we move on to the next fight, I gotta say, how do you pronounce his name? Ray Surua. That haircut is horrible. Please get rid of it. You look like a fucking dork. I'm sorry. It looks so bad. Like, Diego Lopez is a different breed, okay? He actually doesn't look that bad with it. This motherfucker right here, you'll see him on the screen. I'll put it up.
Yeah.
He looks like Roderick from that shitty reboot. You know what I'm talking about? That shitty Diary of a Wimpy Kid reboot? That's who he looks like. The Roderick from that movie. I swear to God. Have you seen it?
Yes.
It's literally a spitting image. I swear to God.
Hey, he's undefeated, though.
He is undefeated.
He's undefeated.
Not like that movie, though. That took a huge L. Sorry.
Wasn't it? But yeah, like you were saying, flyweight fight. Joshua the Fearless Van. Ray. I can't say his name, man.
Just call him Roderick. Just call him Roderick at this
Roderick?
point.
Oh, that's Roderick. Honestly, this fight, Roderick's fighting.
Oh, it's so disrespectful.
Don't kick my ass, bro, please. Sorry.
Bro, he'll pick you up in the little diaper van.
You're only like you're 125 pounds, but you probably still whoop my ass.
Bro,
I'm sorry,
he'll
bro.
just pick you up in the back of the loaded diaper van and beat your shit. Whoa.
Yeah, he is. He is a very good freestyle wrestler. So, 4 KO/TKOs, 4 submissions. Obviously, I think he's on a 1-fight UFC win streak, but on a 10-fight win streak undefeated. Yeah, but he's fighting Joshua the Fearless Van. 12-2, 6 KO/TKOs, 1 submission or 2 submissions. Sorry, he's on a 2-fight win streak. Joshua Van, man, that guy is when he's there to like bang. He's there to punch you.
He's
he throws
a fucking
bombs.
animal.
He throws hooks. That guy is a killer.
Didn't he fight? Wait, was it him that fought in the Sphere, or am I stupid? I feel like he did.
He did have a fight recently. It was a very good fight.
Yeah.
I forget what.
Yep, he did fight in the Sphere.
Yeah. He did?
Yep, he won. It was a very entertaining fight versus Edgar Chavez.
Yeah, I think if that lightweight fight that was on the Sphere, I forget which one that was. I forget, but if that fight wasn't on that, I think Joshua Van would have probably won fight of the night.
Yeah, I agree. It was really good.
Yeah.
He looked really good too, especially in the later rounds.
Yeah, it looks like he doesn't get tired. He just throws the same punches, same power.
That's not. It depends on how. This fight depends on how Roderick can handle the pressure. Because if Joshua Van can turn that pressure up like he did in the Sphere, against whatever the fuck his name was, I'm sorry, I forgot your name already. But if he can turn up the pressure and just do that the whole time, he is coming off a win. Both of them are because Roderick's 10-0, Van is 12-2, winning his last 3, I believe. So if he can just turn the pressure up, he has some power shots. He lands a lot of significant strikes. And if he gets inside, it's going to be a scary, long fight. Maybe even not even long, like short. He can knock you out. So I think Roderick's got to be defensive. And with that being said, I'm going to make the pick this time before you. I got Joshua Van. And the odds do favor him, -192, and Roderick only has a +160.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to go against Joshua Van, but I think Ray, I can't say his name. I think Ray, how should I call him Ray? He needs to use his grappling. He needs to use his wrestling, take it to the ground. He has 4 submissions in his game, so he knows what to do when he's on the ground. But I think he needs to do that. If he tries to go stand up, I don't think it's gonna be a good night for him. But yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. I have Joshua Van winning. I can see this going to a decision, but if not, maybe a 3rd round TKO KO. I just don't see him doing a 1st or 2nd round KO. I think he's gonna be more patient in this fight, a little more. Maybe have a little more respect for this guy. Maybe not, but either way, Joshua Van, I think he's gonna win this fight.
And just put into perspective how much pressure Joshua Van can actually, put on someone. He lands 8.8 significant strikes per minute compared to Ray's 2.28. Ray is very defensive though. So if he can, like I said, roll out, not get hit by any punches, keep his hands up and counter, he should be fine. But if that pressure gets turned up way too much, he is screwed. He's gonna die. Not actually, but he's gonna feel it. Or short night. He could end up in the back of the ambulance.
It could. Long night in the hospital.
Oh yeah. Maybe. All those IVs and drugs getting shot up. Call him John Jones. Sorry.
John Jones, where you at, boy? Where you running? Sorry. Love my boy DC.
I'm the kid that's always in your bracket. Yeah. Anyway, next fight. You got Curtis Razor Blades, versus, how do I say this guy's name? Rizzy Van?
Rizwan
Kunyev, I think, is how you're supposed to say it.
Kunyev, yeah.
Rizwan Kunyev. And Curtis Blades, his last fight was it Tom Aspinall last?
Yep, Tom Aspinall, his title fight.
Yep. And I gotta say this, I feel bad for Curtis Blades because you come off an interim title fight, right? Every single big fight he's had, he's lost. Derek Lewis, Tom Aspinall. He beat Tom Aspinall before because of the injury, but that doesn't count.
The injury. I don't think he counted as a win in his heart. In the record book, yeah, it is. But he personally was like
probably him. I was gonna say I'm pretty sure it did in the record book, but maybe it's actually it has one no contest next to his name unless it's a different one.
Was it a contest?
I think it might have been.
I I thought no, because
I thought they gave him the win.
I think Blades got the win because he threw a leg kick. Like it wasn't like he just
Yeah.
like
And then Tom
broke
Aspinall
the leg.
landed on it. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I agree. Yeah. Before this, we were actually talking about it. Yeah, we kind of thought Curtis Blades. It might have been a little disrespectful to put him on a prelim fight. Maybe put him on like the first fight of the main card or like the second fight. It's a heavyweight fight. These heavyweights are there. They're fun to watch. Sometimes they
It's
can be
because
a
they
little
got
boring, but
power. A lot of them have power,
they
and
got
they like to
power.
knock people out.
Curtis
Curtis Blades
got power.
has power, but he's primarily a wrestler, and he likes to mix that up a lot, which is good for him.
But he has 13 KO/TKOs,
Yeah.
and he has no submissions. But so I think when he uses wrestling, it's more to control you, tire you out,
especially if it's a
weaken your
longer
arm
fight.
a bit.
This is only a
Yes.
3-round fight, so if he really wants to just win and control, he can.
Yes.
I do gotta say the only reason he probably is on the lower card is because he's fighting an unranked fighter. If he loses this fight, his future is in jeopardy. Not with the UFC, but if his title aspirations, just stuff like that. Like he'll never win a title if he loses this fight. This is giving me like, I wouldn't say Benoit Saint-Denis Poirier vibes, but if he doesn't prove himself right here, and he loses, especially to someone that's just 2-0. He only has 2 fights in MMA. He hasn't lost either of them. But if you lose to someone like that, your credibility is just gone.
I think Curtis Blades is also number 5 guy, so this is a very
number 5 ranked, yes.
for Rizwan. This is a very big fight for him. If he comes out with like a statement win, like he could, he's not gonna be shot up the top 5, but he could be shot up in the rankings.
Probably like top 7.
I don't know. It's a very big fight for him. But yeah, that's I think his only advantage personally is that it's a bigger fight for Rizwan. So I think he might come out more and might try to attack, but
he could be nervous. You never know.
Yeah.
Curtis Blades.
He could be. I mean, Curtis Blades is
a
big man. He's a bad man.
That guy, he's been in fights like this before, where there's a bunch of pressure on him, especially coming off a loss, and especially that one to Derek Lewis. He had a lot of pressure after that, and he still came back, stronger. So I'm excited to see it. I think Curtis Blades is going to win, just because of experience, and especially if, like I said, if Kunyev is nervous, that's going to play a big factor because he's not going to have the greatest form. His power is probably not going to be there. Blades also does have a 4-inch reach advantage, so there's that. Granted, Kunyev does have one of his 2 fights won by KO. He does land more strikes per minute. He does land 72% of his significant strikes. They both have a great defense, though. So, with the defense being applied to Blades and his wrestling, I do feel like he has a good amount of edge along with his experience. So, there are no odds, by the way. So, I don't know.
I assume Blades' favorite.
Yep.
Yeah. I gotta agree with you, Nick. I got Curtis Blades winning. I kind of see this going to a decision personally.
Okay.
I think Blades is gonna be a little more smart. Show a little more technique. Take the guy down. Ground and pound. Stand and bang a bit too. Throw some nice punches.
He's just gotta show him who Curtis Blades is. That's all he's gotta do.
Yeah.
Just show him who you are. And I was gonna say something I forgot. Keep going.
I think Curtis Blades.
That's it.
Personally, he needs to make a statement win, though.
I agree.
I don't think he's gonna get a knockout. He could.
If it does end in a finish, it's definitely gonna be a knockout. There's no way. No one's getting submitted. So if it does get a finish, it will be knockout.
Yeah, but Curtis Blades, in my opinion, got this fight. I don't see Rizwan doing too much. Maybe the only chance he might have is maybe more of like a submission game, but Curtis Blades is still a really good wrestler, so it's gonna be tough to control Curtis.
Now moving on to the main card, the first fight up on the table is, I'm not gonna say stupid ass name, Bobby Green versus Mauricio Rufy. Bobby Green obviously coming off a loss to Paddy Pimblett. I believe it's Paddy Pimblett, right? Okay.
Yep, Paddy Pimblett.
And Rufy coming off a win. He is 11-1 compared to Bobby's 13-16, but Bobby is very inconsistent. So this honestly is kind of a pick'em, in my opinion. Probably closer than a lot of people think. But I don't know who to go with here. I genuinely don't. It's tough because Bobby Green's a good veteran. He's got power. He was in the top 15. He's not anymore. He'd have a nice win streak until he lost to Paddy Pimblett. And he also got knocked out by Jalen Turner. So if he gets caught, it's over. But if he fights just like Curtis Blades, if you fight like yourself, you're fine. It just depends on what's going to happen. And I have a feeling Bobby Green's going to lose. I think Rufy's going to take this one. Either by a really late knockout, I know I've been saying that a lot, like really late, or a decision. I don't think they're going to go to the ground very often. They're both... Yeah, I think it's going to be a stand-up fight.
I have to agree with you there, Nick. I do have Mauricio Rufy winning this fight. He's on a 6-fight win streak, 10 finishes. I don't think he has any submissions, though. Unlike Bobby Green. Bobby Green has 9 submissions. I think his last one was against Tony Ferguson.
Oh, my God.
It was an arm triangle. So I think Bobby
Green's... It was. Oh, my God, yeah. It was.
His ground game's underrated, so...
Yeah, against a retired Tony Ferguson.
Yeah. I think Bobby Green's... King Green, sorry. I think King Green is a dog, though, so I think he's going to keep it on the feet. He's going to make this a good fight. It's the fight to start off the main card, so I think he wants to get a statement win, hype the crowd up. He is on a 1-fight skid going against a tough guy. The guy, Mauricio Rufy, is 11-1. But Bobby Green, man, he has so much experience in this octagon.
That's what I'm saying. It's a pick'em.
He's been around.
You could pick either one.
Yeah.
That's probably why it doesn't have any odds. It's just so...
Yeah, it's so either or. I think if it is going to be odds, I think Mauricio Rufy is going to be the favorite. I don't think it should be by too much, though. But, yeah, Mauricio Rufy. I see this going to decision, personally.
Agreed.
I think it's going to be I still think it's going to be a really good fight, but if anyone's going to get the finish, it's going to be Rufy, maybe in the later rounds. Bobby Green's chin can be non-existent sometimes, and sometimes he can take very good shots and keep fighting and just saying, "What's up, bitch?" He does keep his hands down a little too much, though. I think he needs to be careful with that. It is his style, but it's still, this competition's high level, man. You get hit with a lot of things you don't see, so always keep your hands up, but I don't see him keeping his hands up personally. But yeah, Mauricio Rufy, decision. Yeah, 3rd round.
Agreed. All right. You want to do the next one? Intro to it?
Yeah, so we got a strawweight fight between Amanda Lemos and, I can't say her name, Izaman Lucindo. Lemos, number 5, Lucindo, number 7 ranked in the division. They both seem to have very even KO submission stats. Although Lemos is on a 1-fight losing streak and Lucindo's on a 4-fight win streak right now. I think they're both Brazilian females. They both got power in their hands. They both throw. I think Lemos had a title fight before.
Yeah, she did against Zhang Weili, and she got absolutely destroyed. I think it was 200 strikes to 60. It was... Yeah. It was horrible.
Zhang Weili is a different animal, though, at the end of the day. My opinion, I got Lucindo winning this fight. I honestly can see a nice KO from Lucindo. She's a little bit smaller, but she packs a punch. She reminds me of what's her face, Jessica Andrade.
Yeah, that's what I confused her for at first when I was reading it. They did fight, and Andrade won. Yeah,
because they're both very strong. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Andrade, didn't she hit her with the
submission,
a standing arm triangle?
Yeah, it was disgusting. It was nasty.
Oh my god. Honestly, I don't even get that. That is all power right there. It's just, you're just literally squeezing the life out of someone.
John Jones gave her some steroids, bro.
Nice probably pump. John Jones be hooked up, man. But he is the GOAT, so. Yeah, like I said, Lucindo, I can see a nice KO here. Nice statement win. Honestly, if she does win this, I could see her maybe lining up for a title eliminator or even a title shot. Maybe not a title shot, but more of a title eliminator.
Who does Zhang Weili have to fight anymore? At this point, didn't she just defend it against Suarez?
She just beat Tatiana Suarez. Suarez
And
was
she was good.
undefeated.
She was really good.
Suarez looked really good in that first round, but yeah, Zhang Li, it's just different, it's just levels, man. I think Zhang Li's looking up to go fight.
Yeah, I was gonna say
maybe
she's gotta move up and compete for
yeah,
a different title because this division's done.
right. She's gonna
She's
watch
done.
that. She's gonna watch that Valentina fight versus Miran. Winner of that, I can see Zhang
That's
Li
gonna be a good
going
fight
up.
when that happens.
It'll be
I'm
a good
actually kind of
fight,
excited
but
to see that.
that's a good fight. Yeah, I think people hate on Valentina a lot just because of her last performance with
I
like the
mean,
grappling and
she
stuff.
had to do what she had to do.
She
Then
did.
you got Magomed Ankalaev fans complaining about that,
Yeah, I mean,
or
yeah.
Hamzat fans when all he does is just take people down.
I just think it's a lot of uncultured MMA people. UFC's been growing a lot more, so we've been seeing like a lot more people maybe revert from like boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, coming down here watching this, and they're like, "Oh, this is like grappling. This is all." It's like it's a fight. Like you're going in there, you're using all your limbs, your bones, you're using everything
It's not
to
called
try to get
mixed
this.
martial arts for the name, like aesthetic.
Exactly.
Like, there's a reason for
Yeah,
that.
I mean, yeah.
And you see the
Uh,
difference when you have someone like Kaya Sakura coming over from a kickboxing championship, right? To
yep.
MMA. Didn't he get choked out?
Yeah, you got choked.
He got choked
Pantoja
out.
choked him out. Took his back. Yeah.
Would you want
Yeah.
Pantoja to play his game and lose his title? Like that's
Exactly, man.
doesn't
That
make
guy's
any
dangerous.
sense.
Like that Pantoja fought right there. Yeah.
Exactly.
You don't want to stand with very high level fighting.
Especially with that knee he almost landed, that was disgusting.
Yeah, that guy was quick. Yeah, you want to play. You want to put the guy in your world. Like you don't want.
Yeah.
You're not trying to go and see what he's like up to. You want to be like, hey, what's up? You're in my territory. You're in my octagon. It's because that's the situation right there. But yeah, who you got winning this?
I got Lucinda. Lemos isn't a bad fighter, but with her coming off, isn't she? Yeah, coming off a loss, I think. Was it?
Yeah, she's coming off a loss.
Coming off a loss against Yandaroba. She did beat Mackenzie Dern, but I don't know. Mackenzie Dern looked like shit that fight.
She's a good grappler.
She is, but Mackenzie Dern looked like shit. And then before that, she fought Weili and got
well, she doesn't
demolished.
look like shit. She doesn't look like shit.
But like her fighting looked like shit. She doesn't look like shit personally. I don't think she does.
Yeah.
So yeah, I gotta go with Lucindo as well. I agree. I do think it's gonna be a decision. They both have longer-ish fight times on average. They don't really land too many strikes per minute. They just do their thing, like you said, like going into some, trying to control the fight. So it's gonna be a very oh my god! It's gonna be a very
tongue twister.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very tactical fight, in my opinion, and it's gonna be a little interesting to watch. Maybe a little boring, but yeah, I gotta go with Lucindo by decision.
All right, let's move on.
Damn, that motherfucker.
Third to last fight. Yeah, third last fight. Lightweight fight. Yep. Jalen the Tarantula Turner versus Ignacio I can't pronounce his fighter name.
Bahamondes.
Yes.
You can just call him Shawn Mendes.
Ignacio Shawn Mendes.
Yep.
Bahamondes 16-5, 11 KO, 11 finishes, 1 submission, or 11 KO finishes, 1 submission. He's on a 2-fight win streak, both fights by first round KO, I'm pretty sure. He's fighting Jalen Turner, another guy very known for his finishes. I think 10 KO finishes and 4 submissions. He is, though, on a 1-fight losing streak against Money Moicano.
Oh my god, he should have won that fight. He knocked him down.
He did choke at the end right there. He hit him with a nice right hand, dropped him, and then he just was like, "Oh, the fight's over." Obviously,
Jorge Masvidal, they're super necessary.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta go in there. The ref pulls you off. That's when you're done. It's not a respect thing to not finish the dude. I think it's more disrespectful to just sit there and say the guy's done when he clearly wasn't. The guy clearly wasn't because he lost because the other guy came back and choked him out.
It's not like a war or
So
landing on the moon where you plant your flag. Not necessarily saying war ends
yeah,
this way every time. Just like as an
yeah.
example.
Show them mercy,
Yeah,
man.
you don't
That's
plant your
mercy
flag
today.
in the middle of the fucking ring. You have to go and finish him and get pulled off.
Yeah,
By the ref. So
yeah.
Jalen Turner, I mean, he's good, but he's just a dumb fighter. Like against Dan Hooker, that was a good fight, but he got beaten the striking. Oh my god, my voice is just dry. He got beaten the
So what?
striking, obviously, because it's Dan Hooker, nasty striker. And he is facing an unranked fighter while he is ranked, I think, 13th, right? Yeah, he's ranked
Yep.
13th. This is tough because it is going to be a good fight.
Very even.
Yeah, I
think
think
the odds.
the odds are plus 105 for Turner and negative 125 for Ignacio.
Yeah, makes sense.
But I think Jalen Turner is going to win as long as he can keep Ignacio at his leg reach. He has some freakishly long legs. If he can just get his kicks going early, maybe throw some teeps in there, right, to keep the distance, he can easily take the fight. Now, if Ignacio turns the pressure up and just starts to go inside, it's going to be a very long night for Turner because his arms are long, right? So it takes a little bit to get there. If it's pressure, I got to go Ignacio, but I do see this fight in general going to Jalen Turner. He lands a lot of significant strikes. He absorbs a lot of strikes as well, so that could be scary, like I said, if the pressure's there again. Ignacio does have good defense, but I still see Turner using his length to his advantage and ultimately taking this fight by decision.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you for the first time.
Okay.
I think we.
Okay.
Uh,
That's fine. It's probably like, I wouldn't say it's a hard fight to predict, but it's definitely a tough one.
I think it could be a toss up. I think Jalen Turner does have all the skills. He has the length, size, very good limbs. He could be very talented. I do think sometimes
he's like Michael Chandler.
Out of
he
his
has
own way.
horrible IQ.
I think sometimes he tries to maybe be a little bit of a crowd pleaser when he doesn't really need to. But so is Bahamundes. I think they're both very good first round fighters. So I think they'll go in there. It'll be a really good first round. But personally, I see Bahamundes keep it up a little more and just landing the better shots, landing the better kicks. Maybe Jalen Turner tries to go to the ground a little bit. That could help him, but I see Bahamundes' decision. I don't see a first round KO. If he does, that's very big. But yeah, I see a decision. Honestly, this might be the closest fight. Of the night.
Probably. I could see that happening. Yeah.
I could see. Maybe not a draw, but like maybe some people be like, "How did this guy win?" But a close fight is not a robbery, fellas. Come on. Learn that. Good quote right there.
Yeah, I know. I don't understand how people like when Sean Strickland lost to Dricus Duplessis. Everyone's like, "He got robbed. He got robbed." It's not like Sandhagen versus Cheeto Vera when that one judge for some reason gave it to Cheeto. That's a robbery.
Yeah.
Like that's blatant bullshit. Sean Strickland versus DDP. That's like close fights like that. That's not a robbery. That's just how it goes.
There are robberies though. I'm not denying that.
But it happens rarely. But people are claiming it like a rain falling out of the sky.
Yeah, like the Cyril Gahn fight against Volkov. That was a robbery.
That was bad. That was a bad decision.
You got Dana White going like, I don't know how I'm gonna make this up to you, bro. I don't know how I'm gonna make this up to you.
When he's saying something like that, that's how you know it's bad.
Yeah.
The
last time he said that. The last time he said that was I think when Anderson Silva was fighting, and he was fighting someone, forget, but he was like just laying around the like octagon and just like trolling the whole fight, and Dana White like felt so embarrassed by that.
I know what you're talking about.
Anderson Silva was a goat, but
that
fight was embarrassing.
And he's like, I don't know how I'm gonna make it up to you, like the fans and stuff. Yeah.
Good fighter. But yeah, should we want to move on?
Oh yeah. So coming up now is the co-main event, which I'm actually fine with the replacement fight. Rafael Fiziev stepping in for Dan Hooker on, what is it, 2 weeks, 3 weeks notice?
Yeah, like 10 days notice,
Yeah,
something like that.
almost 2 weeks notice. So
Almost,
big
yeah.
respect for Fiziev. He's coming back after almost a 2-year layoff. He fought last time in September of 2023 against Mateusz Gamrot, where he got injured and lost. Justin Gaethje's last fight happened to be at UFC 300 last year in April, so he took a big layoff. The odds makers do have this actually for Justin Gaethje as an underdog. So, as you can see by Zach, you know who he's
I
gonna
don't get
pick.
it.
I don't either.
Like,
He's the number 3.
Understand.
He lost to Max Holloway, but we gotta understand Max Holloway is still a great, fantastic fighter. Sure, he lost to Ilia Topuria. So did Volkanovski. He never lost a fight at 145. Here comes Topuria. Boom. He's gone. Max Holloway hasn't lost to anyone but Volkanovski. Boom. Topuria. First man to ever knock Holloway out. And they're acting like Holloway was like an unranked bum or something. Like the way they're making these odds. How is Justin Gaethje an underdog? Plus, he beat Fiziev last time anyway. What makes them think that Fiziev is going to beat him this time? I can see 100% a finish coming in this fight, and if it will be a finish, it will probably be Justin Gaethje, but Fiziev can still, turn it up. And I don't know if you can tell by the way I'm talking about both of these guys, but my pick is Justin the Highlight Gaethje. Last time he looked magnificent against him. He didn't look great against Holloway, but Holloway had a good game plan. Like I said, Holloway's not a bum. He's literally one of the greatest featherweights and fighters of all time. So the way they're making these odds, pick Justin Gaethje 50 fucking times if you possibly can, because that's just bullshit. Get your money though.
I had to agree with you. Justin Gaethje has almost $1 million in like just bonuses.
Yeah, $900,000 in fight bonuses. That's fucking nuts.
What fights? Him and Michael Johnson.
Mm-hmm. I think him and
Edson
Chandler won
Barboza,
too.
James Vick, Dustin Poirier.
Yep.
Tony Ferguson looked phenomenal in that.
I think
those are just like
Chandler's
5
won
good
too,
fights.
right?
Chandler.
Yep.
Chandler was a really good fight as well. There's more. Can't count them all. He's also very known for his other fighting companies. Very dominant in those, but the Rafael Fiziev, man, he is coming off an ACL injury, obviously.
How is he a favorite off of that?
I don't know. I think he might have blown his knee, but I mean, Fiziev is dangerous, man. That guy is. His volume is also very good. Just like Holloway, I think he has not maybe as good a volume, but almost as good. I think he can keep up for 15 minutes. It's only a 3-round fight, not a 5-rounder. Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Fiziev's coming in 10 days notice, trying to make 156 pounds.
It was a 5-rounder before Dan Hooker pulled out, which would have been incredible. But
yeah,
we'll make do with this. This is fine.
I was really looking forward to that fight, man. I was really looking forward.
I'm still looking forward to this one. I just feel like Justin Gaethje's gonna mop the floor with him again. That's all.
I wouldn't say he mopped the floor with him. I wouldn't say.
You know what I mean? Like he'll have his way with him.
Beating him up pretty good in the first round, maybe second.
But he'll still have his way, is what I meant. Like, I don't think he's gonna lose. I don't.
Yeah, I see Gaethje coming out of a win. This is gonna be a really good banger fight. Fiziev says he's gonna try to keep it a little more technical and be a little more
cautious.
Cautious. But like he said, when he's in the crowd, when he hears that crowd going, because believe me, that crowd is gonna be loud. He just kind of loses himself in the music like Slim Shady, man. He's ready. He's there to fight. He's there to like punch people. He's dangerous. But I got Justin Gaethje. I think it's gonna go to decision, but it's still gonna be a fight of the night contender. Obviously, they're both gonna swing. They're both gonna break something. The only thing I'm kind of worried about for Fiziev is maybe his leg. Justin Gaethje is a very good leg kicker. His leg
kicks are fucking gross.
That guy's your leg off. I mean, talk to Dustin Poirier in the first fight. He was like, he had to get like hopped out of there because he couldn't stand the leg anymore. It was bad. Like that guy, the way that Gaethje like throws his shin, I swear to God, his shin is like vibranium, man. It's like Captain America's shield. He just throws it. It's just like he's like there. It's like a punch. basically.
Like a punch to
It's
your
a punch
to your
to the
calf,
knee.
and yeah,
It's like a baseball bat. It's a 9-iron right to
or a
the leg,
scooter just spinning around
like
and boom.
30 times. Yeah, exactly. Even worse. No, yeah. Except for that, it's probably like fucking the goddamn mega scooter to your leg, bro. It's like a barbell going hitting your leg.
Okay,
Like, it's like this. It's like this hitting your leg 30 times in a fucking fight.
probably.
Good luck. I don't care who you are. Once you get kicked in the leg, it's a different story.
You know who else has great leg kicks? Alex
Who?
Pereira. And he's taking on Magomed Ankalaev in the main event of this pay-per-view. Now, the odds for this fight are even. I'll just say even.
Very.
Negative 112 for Pereira, negative 108 for Ankalaev. Pereira is barely considered a favorite, right? They are both incredible fighters. Magomed Ankalaev's last title challenge was against Jan Blachowicz, which ended in a draw, which was very controversial. And Alex Pereira's last fight ended in a knockout win over, I believe it was it Khalil Rountree he fought last?
Khalil Rountree. I think it was a
Yes.
TKO. Fourth round TKO.
Yeah, fourth round TKO. See, honestly, Khalil Rountree was winning that fight for majority of it.
He had the first 2
couple
rounds.
I was gonna say, yeah, the first 2 rounds, and then Pereira kind of went back.
Pereira used. Pereira is a very smart fighter. He has, I think, just with that one-shot power, he doesn't just rely on that as much. He also can rely on his durability and volume throughout the fight. His leg kick's very good. When he throws his leg kick, he doesn't really show it. It's
That's
kind
why
of
it's
just like
so hard to counter because you don't know
kinda
it's
like a
coming.
quick little, yeah, and it hurts you just as bad as like winding your leg up and throwing a kick. Obviously you gotta watch out for that left hook, man. That left hook is dangerous.
But the wrestling
Magomed
is where we're
that
going to
guy-
be concerned.
yes. But yeah, Magomed Ankalaev, he's 11 KO/TKOs. No submissions, so it doesn't really seem like he goes to the ground too much. He is on a, besides that no contest and that draw.
Mhm.
He had a draw with Jan and then that no contest with Johnny Walker.
Oh,
I think
that's
he
right. Yeah, that's stupid.
He threw an illegal knee when Johnny was on the ground, and then I think like the ref asked him like
Do
where
you
he
remember-
is,
yeah,
and I
do you remember what he said?
Or he like said something stupid or some shit, and
I
so
forget what he said,
they
but it
called
was
the
fucking
fight.
hilarious. He
I
said,
think he
like,
was a little. I think he was a little messed up.
I think he
in
said
that.
like in the arena or something, or some stupid.
It was like
shit.
something. I don't know. And then I think like he thought the fight was like still going, so he like
Yeah,
walked
he started
up.
squaring up and
Yeah,
walking
but
up to him.
Magomed was like trying to like. I think he thought he was gonna like try to punch him or some shit. And he got like pissed off and like try to attack him. Yeah, Magomed is he's a dog, man. That guy is no joke. This is gonna be a really good fight in my opinion. I kind of see this going to the feet a little bit, and then hopefully Magomed uses his brain and tries to take Alex.
He said he would. No one has tried to. I don't think tried to take down Alex, unless besides Jan Blachowicz when they fought.
Because they're playing into his game, man. They're
Yeah,
like
Jamal
all
Hill,
this
cocky son of a bitch.
he's like,
like-
oh, I'm gonna stand with you. I'm gonna
And
outstrike
he
you.
had Demetrius Johnson laughing at his face when he
Yeah.
said that, and he's like,
Yeah.
"I'm so serious, I'll knock him out."
Yeah, DJ's like,
The only person to
probably, like,
knock
one-
Alex Pereira out is Israel Adesanya, and that was cold as fuck.
yeah, one knockout. But besides that, Pereira has been
He's been awesome.
the aggressor.
He's a scary
It
motherfucker too.
really looked like, especially that Roundtree fight, it really looks like he hit another level because the way he was like throwing punches and he was able to like move back and then counter again with another punch. He definitely watches film on his fighters, so he's definitely watching a lot of film on Ankalaev. As is Ankalaev watching film on Pereira, even watching his Glory kickboxing fights as well. Who's gonna win?
That's the biggest question of them all.
This is a really, really even fight. This is a super fight for light heavyweight,
yeah.
no doubt.
This is what people want: a number one contender versus the champ that's been terrorizing the whole entire UFC.
UFC divisions, not
Yeah.
divisions.
He beat Izzy, easy, not easy. I wouldn't say that, but he beat him.
Yeah.
And then he moves up, beats the guy that beat Izzy, then beats Yuri pretty decisively.
KOs him twice. The first one was like a little controversial, but then he ended that talk when he hit him with that switch kick to the dome.
That was nasty, dude.
Broke his foot on it.
Yeah.
Broke his toe, not his foot. He broke his toe.
And then he beat Roundtree.
Well, yeah, because he came in. He won the title against Yuri. First fight.
Yuri. Then Jamal was.
Well,
his first defense,
came in decision. He came in decision to Jan Blachowicz. That was his closest fight in light heavyweight.
Yeah.
I want to see that one again. Because Jan was actually fighting smart.
He's the only one that's fought good against him.
Yeah. And he's Polish power man. That guy's a beast as well.
His leg kicks are nasty too, along with his lead body kicks.
As well. Body kicks, yeah. He fought Jan, beat Jan, knocked out Yuri, knocked out Hill,
and
knocked out Yuri, and knocked out TKO'd Roundtree.
TKO'd Adesanya.
Yeah, TKO'd Adesanya before he got knocked out. I don't even know how he made 185 pounds, man. That guy's walking around at like 240 now.
230, 240, yeah. Fucking
230, 240.
Dude.
I guarantee you he's going to be 230, 240 by the time the fight starts. He's going to show his weight by then. Yeah, back to who's going to win. It's really hard to doubt Alex Pereira right now. I'm a big Yuri Prohaska fan, so I was like, Yuri all the way, Yuri all the way. He's beaten him twice decisively, so I really cannot
it's like rooting
doubt
against Tom Brady in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Mahomes doesn't count because his games are rigged.
Rest you. But yeah. Alex Pereira, my opinion, I can either see this going to another 4th round TKO or a decision.
Agreed.
Honestly, if it does go to a decision, I could see maybe Magomed Ankalaev having almost as, if not a better shot.
If it's a decision, I don't think it's going to be unanimous.
Yeah.
It's got to be majority or split. It has to be. I don't see one of these dudes dominating each other. And if Pereira's dominating Magomed Ankalaev, it's going to end in a knockout. That motherfucker has stone hands.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what Potan means. Stone hands. I think so.
I don't know. It sounds scary. Shama.
Shama.
No Shama.
Alright.
Actually, one question is for the and the main event. We can start with the main event first.
Okay.
What do you think would be the next steps for whatever fighter wins? So Alex Pereira, obviously, it's a lot of talk about John Jones fighting in July. I think we know who he's fighting, And then on the other side of the combat, September, he could fight Alexander Usyk. That's a lot of talk. I personally don't see that happening. I don't see Dana White signing off on that personally, but it's still in the talks. Usyk, I think Usyk's looking at the winner of Dubois and Joseph Parker. So I think he should be more worried about Dubois.
Yep.
But it could happen. I doubt it. But yeah, let's go right back to John Jones, Tommy Aspinall. Whoever wins that, I see Pereira going up and fighting for his 3rd championship belt, being the first 3-division UFC.
Would that make him the GOAT, though?
Yes.
Okay. I figured. I would agree.
Without a doubt. Who else is a 3-division champ? I mean, I guess you can have an argument with saying is McGregor the GOAT because he was the first double champ.
Yeah, but that was simultaneous. And McGregor went up to welterweight and lost to Nate Diaz the first time, then beat him the second time. Yeah. And it wasn't even a title fight. It was just,
Yeah, but look, from 145 to 170, fighting those guys, that's a big jump. The fact that it did that was very ballsy.
Then he went to 155, one second title.
Yeah. 155 is weight class, McGregor, but 2-division champ there, but obviously didn't defend his featherweight title, didn't defend his lightweight title.
Nope.
Alex Pereira has defended
both titles, technically.
He attempted to defend his middleweight title. Lost obviously to Adesanya. And then obviously defended his light heavyweight title. Defended his light heavyweight title 3 times? Yeah, 3 times. Yuri, Jamal.
Yuri.
He won the title against Yuri.
Yuri.
He did against Yuri again though.
Hill. Roundtree.
Yuri. Yeah.
Yeah, so 3 defenses title. Hey.
Yeah. So yeah, if he does go up and wins the heavyweight title, he will personally be the GOAT.
That's crazy. He has 14 fucking fights in MMA. Isn't that nuts? He's only had 14 fights. He's already won 2 titles.
Yeah.
And he's defendable. That's
wild.
insane. It's insane.
I mean, maybe one of the reasons was, I mean, no, like nothing wrong with it, but obviously like the whole Israel Adesanya rivalry.
He thanked him. He said if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be in the UFC.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be where I was. Yeah. And they're friends now, which is awesome.
Yeah, he was in the bar drinking every day, working his job. I think he was taking off rubber off the wheels, like car wheels. I think that's what he did every day for work, and then just went to the bar and drank. And then, yeah, he saw Adesanya basically making fun of him for where the other guy is and whatever. Pereira obviously took that to heart. And yeah, one of the greatest athletic comebacks.
One of the best what-if moments ever.
Yeah.
One of the best. Is it technically a butterfly effect? I think it would be.
Yeah, I think so. He's a monster, bro. He was made to fight. Like that guy. Yeah. That guy
he's was a scary fighting motherfucker. Look at his face, dude. I'm looking at his portrait right now.
And then fighting for his kids to pay for their diapers. Now he's able to buy them like whatever they want. Training his kids every day. Working on his grappling a lot. He does grappling for fun now. He trains jiu-jitsu with his kids for fun. Does all that for fun now. So he's definitely people that want to like discredit his grappling and his ability to grapple. That it's underrated.
We haven't seen anything, very underrated. Though. So how are you gonna do that?
Yeah, just physically, he should be able to just overpower people and maybe have the technical ability to just submit people as well with chokes, triangle locks.
I mean, you see the videos of him and Glover literally in a fucking river. They're in a river. And they're wrestling. They're not doing this little spar thing, you know?
Yeah.
They're actually wrestling. So
yeah. Glover's good. He's a good grappler, good wrestler. That guy's no joke. Honestly, I think Alex Pereira, him being in the corner of Glover, that was one of the reasons how Glover was able to come back and win the title so old in his life.
Yep.
He was training with the best guys. Alex Pereira, striking with the best guys, grappling with the best guys. So now I think Glover's obviously transitioned to be more of his like head coach and training Alex Pereira to be the GOAT.
Yep.
Which he's doing a very good job. Good for him. Yeah. Obviously, I think. Let's talk about Magomed Ankalaev.
If he wins, Yuri's gonna fight for it again. I think.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, who else is there? Jamal Hill. He just lost again.
Yeah.
Who did he lose to? Am I stupid?
Jamal Hill's fighting Khalil Rountree.
Yeah, it was Yuri. He's fighting. I think Khalil Rountree's gonna beat his ass.
I see Khalil winning that as well. Khalil's he's a monster as well. Yeah.
But yeah, if Ankalaev wins, he'll defend the title, obviously, and it'll probably be Yuri. It's gonna be either Yuri or Khalil.
Yuri, Khalil, Jan Blachowicz again can get that.
Yep. If he's supposed to fight who? Rakic.
Yep. Yeah. I don't know.
We'll see. He's up for grabs right now, Jan. But
yeah. Even Alex Pereira was saying at the press conference that he says he's not done with this division. He says there's more fights in this division to be done. So
there is.
Maybe we see another fight.
It's not that many fights.
Maybe we see take another fight recently. Depends how this fight goes. If Alex Pereira comes in and mops the floor with this guy, I can see Alex Pereira fighting again in a couple more months, like maybe this summer again or something.
Yeah.
He's a card saver too, man.
Oh yeah. I think save 300. He saved another one after that.
Save 300. Yes. I forget.
Was it 305?
Yeah, saved a bunch of cards.
Was it 305 or 303? I think it was 303.
I don't know. It was something.
Yep, 303. 303. Because that was supposed to be McGregor versus Chandler, of course.
Yep, yeah. Oh, God. I'm kind of glad that fight didn't happen, to be honest. I think Chandler might have mopped the floor with him, fortunately. Chandler's just trains every day.
If he fucking wrestled him, yeah.
Yeah. Nah, even on the feet, man.
Yeah, his power is incredible.
Yeah, his power is crazy. His kicks are crazy, but yeah, Chandler. I think he would have pieced him up.
Yeah.
How about we talk about the co-main event? I know, kind of going backwards, but
Yeah, it's fine.
what do you think could be next for a Justin Gaethje win, and what do you think would happen if he lost?
I think if Justin Gaethje wins, he should get a title shot. He fought Max Holloway out of pure entertainment. He didn't even need to do it. The champ was holding out. So I think he deserves a title shot if he wins, no question. Even though Arman is number one, he did pull out. Fucking idiot. Thanks Nina Drama for, being attractive. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Arman's just a fucking idiot. But yeah.
Yeah.
I think if Gaethje wins, he'll go for the title.
Okay. And then what do you think if he loses?
If Fiziev wins, he gets another fight, then he gets title. I don't think he'll get title off
Like
of this
a top
fight.
eliminator?
Yeah. He'll probably be top 5.
I could see Fiziev maybe want to get his get back at Gamrot. I mean, obviously Gamrot did come off that
I
loss.
could see that.
It wasn't controversial, but it was a very close loss.
Yeah.
Against Dan Hooker. Maybe he wants to get his get back. Maybe he wants to go up and fight Arman Sarukian for the number 1 contender spot. Obviously, you got fight
Charles Oliveira.
Yeah, Charles Oliveira's in there. I don't know. I see Oliveira and Topuria happening. I think Ilya was talking about how he has a massive fight update coming soon.
Dude, imagine that fucking news.
Ilya and Charles?
Yeah, I think he beats Islam, to be honest.
Ilya does?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I think so.
I think if Islam gets that Russian Darson, it's going to be a quick night at the office. I don't know. Ilya's very good, though. It's his striking technique, man. That guy hits like Mike Tyson.
Oh, my God. Dude, how do you
just the way he throws his punch.
Justin Gaethje couldn't even knock Holloway out at a heavier weight. So I can only imagine what Topuria's power is going to be like at lightweight. I'm so excited to see. Oh, that's crazy.
I think he walks around like 185 pounds. So he's also a weight
below. He's like a mini Pereira without the leg kicks.
Yeah. He has good leg kicks, too.
His jiu-jitsu is disgusting, too.
I think he's a better grappler, yeah.
Yeah.
And he has a good chin,
Elite jiu-jitsu, yeah, that too. He's a nasty motherfucker.
Did you see that head kick he took against Jai Herbert?
Yes.
Yeah. It was like a lead kick or whatever to the head, and it looked like he
won that fight.
Look at his eyes on the back of his head, yeah. And then he came back and threw that nice little right overhanded, like the way that Jai Herbert's body contorted was like.
It was fucking crazy, dude.
Like he literally got hit. It was literally getting hit like with a sledgehammer. He got hit with a sledgehammer. So much comes over and throws a sledgehammer right at your chin.
Triple H.
That's how your body contorts. That was his fist. That guy is a problem. Yeah, I could see him. I doubt him and Fiziev will go at it, but yeah, him and Oliveira. Maybe Fiziev will get a fight against Arman or Gamrot. I don't know. That kind of it's a very stacked division. I think it's the most stacked division.
Probably. Bantamweight.
Definitely now.
Welterweight.
Oh, definitely now. Because Topuria moved up, 55.
You
got two. Islam's number 1 pound for pound, and what? Ilya's like number 3.
I think so. Yeah, 3. No,
you got
he's
the 1 and 3 pound.
He's 4.
4. Islam, John, Pereira, Ilya. Yeah, 4. Yeah, you got 4. So 1 and 4 pound for pound fighters in your division. That's the best division. So but yeah, my other question was, if Justin Gaethje loses, do you think he's gonna retire, or do you think he's gonna try to go for another fight? Maybe it depends how he loses.
I think he'll do what Poirier does and gets a retirement fight against the imagine
against Poirier.
Imagine
for 3. It's 1-1 right now.
Yeah, imagine the trilogy is a retirement fight.
Who do you think has that one?
For entertainment purposes, all-out brawl into the draw. But Poirier, I think Poirier's got the last one.
Because I think the first fight, Poirier landed like a very good shot. It was like a very good right hand on Gaethje. Not the last fight, but the first fight.
Yep.
And then just brawled out and KO'd him. Then Gaethje landed he landed the Leon Edwards little cross head kick.
That was nasty.
Right to the dome. Yeah. Definitely trained that. After watching that fight with Leon and Usman.
Oh yeah.
If that fight were to happen, if Gaethje lost and Poirier won to challenge him, I would have. Honestly, I
You're
might have
going
to
to go
agree.
with Gaethje.
I might have Dustin. I might have Dustin win.
Really?
Honestly, after that Islam fight for Dustin, I really think
He looked good.
Yeah, he looked really good against a really good fighter. He went 4 rounds with Islam Makhachev. That guy's no joke, man. That guy's a beast. Um, Looked really good on the striking. He was able to stuff a lot of good takedowns. He's even able to get up on his feet. He used the cage, very smart. Yeah, I think Dustin would come out with the win on that. I think it'd be a decision win, but I still think he would win it. If it was 5 rounds, maybe it'd be a Dustin KO.
Yeah.
Maybe kick him with a left hand.
I think they should do 3 though, just so they don't get
So
killed
you can be an
on the
all
last fight. Yeah.
You don't have to be worried about like gassing out. You just go in
Exactly.
there. Although I could also see Dustin fighting Max Holloway again. I think Max Holloway might want to get his
That'd
get
be a good
back.
fight too.
He's 0-2 against Dustin. Dustin finished him twice, or he
Not
finished him
finished.
once and then beat him by decision.
Did he
But
finish Holloway?
Yeah, for the first fight, he hit him with it was like a full mounted triangle.
Oh yeah.
Had him like an arm bar. It's disgusting. Yeah, in the second fight, I think Poirier won by decision. Good fight. He won the interim title, I think, in that. Yeah. So, like I was saying though, I don't even know what I was saying, but we kind of got off track a bit. We're talking about a bunch of different fighters.
That is going to be it for UFC 313 predictions, thoughts, and more. If you enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like and pray that we don't disappear for 2 years. It has been the Fellas Podcast.
We'll be back.
Yes, we will. It has been the Fellas Podcast with Nick and Zach. We will see you in the next one.
Peace.